Hello, this is Claude, and today I'm doing a quick video about wireless cards. Placing a killer wireless card AC1435 for the newest Intel wireless AC8265. And the question comes from the fact that I purchased lately in February 2017 a new laptop, a gaming laptop MSI, and it came with the wireless, the killer AC1435 wireless card. And some of the comments that I saw on the internet, on YouTube, while I was doing the research on the new laptop, I heard or I saw a lot of comments saying that the wireless was not consistent, had some issues with it, kept dropping and all of that. So what I've done, I've ordered from eBay a couple of Intel dual band wireless AC8265 NGW cards, one for me and one for a laptop for my son. He also has a killer 1435, and so I bought two of them from eBay, got them from China a couple of weeks later. And today I'm going to do the switch. I'm going to do some show you how to do the switch of the two cards, how to swap them on the laptop, and also run some fairly basic benchmarks and come to the conclusion. Alright, so before you start actually physically removing, opening the laptop and changing the card, what you're going to do is that you're going to go to the Intel website, and I'm going to show it on the screen now, and you're going to download the drivers for the new wireless card. So you're going to go there, and I've done it on my side. You're going to see that, and there are two drivers I'm going to download. One is the Pro Set for the wireless, and the other one is for the Bluetooth, and you will see that on the screen. You've got two drivers per se. So download the two drivers, and then you install both of them. And then once you install the wireless, I think after the wireless or the Bluetooth, one of the two, it tells you want to restart the computer. Don't restart it, just install the other one. And once this is done, once you shut it down, and then we're gonna after that be ready to do the operation and do the swap of the cards. So you shut down the computer, and we are ready to open the back panel and do the swap. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so first of all, let's look at the install of the card itself. So the first thing you're going to do is take your laptop. You're gonna unscrew all the screws behind it, and in the MSI case, I've got the Apache Pro with a GTX 1070 card in it. So what you do is that you take a guitar pick tool and you just run along and snap off all the little snapping things, you know, in between the two plastic parts. You can see the bottom panel there. So you run this along very carefully. Take your time. The first time I did it with my laptop took me about 30 minutes because I just did not want to break nothing. So do that, remove the bottom part, and once you open this, you find the wireless card. Should be easy. It's about what, 1.5 centimeter by about 2 centimeter, and it's got two little wires connected to it, the little antennas. They come attached to it. And so you find where it is, and then the first thing you're going to do is if there's tape on it, remove the tape gently, and then you're going to remove the little antennas. You're going to take your time, and it's like the old style 9-volt batteries. It's a connector that goes that surround the connector on the card itself. So the card is smaller, and then the antenna snap around it on the outside go to it, just like the 9-volt batteries. So disconnect these and make sure you remember which cable is which. You need to remember the direction. There's a main and an auxiliary, or 1 and 2. Make sure that you see what it is, and then you keep the order when you're going to reconnect it. So once you disconnect the antennas, you're going to unscrew with usually a Phillips screw. You're going to unscrew the top screw that holds the card in there. Once you unscrew the card, you're going to just remove the very gently. It's going to pop about 45 degrees, and then you're just going to gently pull it out of there. And then what you're going to do after that, you're going to look at your new card and your Intel, in this case the 8265, And what you're going to do, basically make sure that physically they have the same nudges in the card itself, that is the same form factor. And you will be able to see, but I think it's got something like 3 connectors to the far right, a couple more in the other one, and then you've got some openings in the card. I'm not going to talk about the slots on this video, but you got a couple of slots there. So you just look at this, make sure that it's the same thing, and once you're comfortable with that, you just put the new card in. You slide it in gently, and like anything else, you have to be very gentle, so it's always a better experience. So you just gently insert the card into its tray, and then you pull it back down, put the screw back in, screw it gently, just firm enough, and then you're gonna put the antennas back in. You're gonna just snap them in and into the card. Make sure you remember the order of the wires of the antennas. Once this is done, put if you got new tape, you put new tape, or else you put the same tape. This tape is important because it actually holds the little antennas that are not just going to snap off and get out of there. So while you transit with the laptop and all of that, because in the backpack and all of that, these can take quite a beating. So you make sure you put the tape back on. Alright, once this is done, you re-screw everything in, and then after that you snap the cover back into place, you screw all the screws back in, and you are back in business. Alright, so once this is all said and done, we've repatched everything back up, and the laptop is ready to go. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go and do some basic benchmarks. So one of the things that we're going to see now, I'm going to show on the screen. I'm going to transfer a file. I think it's a 4 gig file, but I always transfer the same file. And what I'm going to do by doing that is that I'm going to open the network center. I'm going to click on the adapter, and on the adapter itself for the Wi-Fi that I have, and it's going to show you my adapter if I go into the properties. And one of them was the Killer 1435. I'm on my 2.4 gigahertz band, and I downloaded the file. And the first file is for both of them. I'm going to download the same file on the same network. I've got 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. I'm using my 2.4 network and band. And on the Killer wireless AC 1435, to do the full download of the file, I think it took me 8 minutes and 53 or 55 seconds, because I started maybe 1-2 seconds late when I started the counter. And after that, I'm going to show you, and then also the signal strength. I've got 144 megabits per second, and I've got like 4 out of 5 bars for the connection. And when I do the same thing with my Intel wireless AC8265 NGW, I transfer the same file again from my NAS, and then on the network, I take the same file, I transfer it on my laptop using the same 2.4 gigahertz band, and it gives me also 8 minutes and 55 seconds more or less at the connection strength at 144 megabits per second. And so this is what it is. So the conclusion on the two wireless for wireless, and I had purchased, like I said, the Intel because I read that the Killer had some issues. After almost a month with my laptop, the Killer did not have any issues except one, and I'm going to say it what it is at the end. So, but if I just look at the wireless performance for wireless performance, is it worth going through the trouble? Because the card itself is about, I don't know, $20-30 each. It's no big deal. But is it worth the hassle opening the laptop and swapping the cards and all of that? Do I gain in performance? And the answer to that is a big no. Me, I was just interested to see when I purchased this. I had the heck found the cards on eBay, said let's do it, I'll test it, I'll do a video with it. So that's why I did it. Should you go out there, if you don't have a problem with your Killer 1435 card, should you go out and change to the newest Intel, the 8265? The answer to that is a big no, because for day-to-day work and all that's going to be the same. The only place where I can say that I had a benefit, a clear benefit, was with my Killer wireless card. I know that when I was on the network at the office or at home, I could see on other devices, I could see my laptop, but I had a very hard time to connect to it. So basically, well, sometimes I wouldn't even see it. It wouldn't appear in my network. Sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't, and then could I go in or not? And it was always a difficult thing. One of the things that I've seen is that with the Intel card, it always shows up on my network. I don't have any issues with that. It's always easy to go in and connect to it and have access to the files. So for me, this is a plus. So that was worth it just for that thing alone. Day-to-day browsing and communication with, you know, getting access to the internet, doing what I want, no problem. But on the network, I had some issues, you know, connecting to other computers on the network. With the Intel, this has disappeared, and it's a plus for me. Also, another thing that I want to make the difference between the two cards is that the Killer AC1435 has Bluetooth 4.1. And the Intel 8265, mine says NGW, but it's the 8265. It's got Bluetooth 4.2, and not very knowledgeable on that, but the research that I've done says that the difference between the 4.2 and 4.1 is the 4.2 has lower energy consumption. It's got better protocols for privacy. And it's optimized for the Internet of Things, which is the smart home and devices like appliances and all of that. They will be using the features of 4.2. So by having a wireless card that's already 4.2 will get you a future-proofing this. All right. So this is some of the benefits of it. All right. So that's what it is. So final big conclusion: is it worth to do the change for the performance itself? And the answer is no. Is it better, more stable on the network to see the computers and do some transfers? Answer is yes. And you're future-proofing yourself with that. So there it is. I hope that it was of interest, and that for those who have that question, should I do the swap or not, you got your a hint of an answer on that. And thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, let me know. Push on like. If you disliked it, always tell me why you disliked the video. And also, if you didn't have a chance to do it, subscribe to my channel. I always appreciate that. Alright, thank you, and see you in the next video. Ciao!